Now, there are cool chicks, and then there are really cool chicks. Sheryl Crow fits into the latter category. She helped define the rock sound of the 90s with hits like All I Want to Do and If It Makes You Happy. And now the singer, songwriter, mom, cancer survivor, and all-around cool girl has finally found her true home in Nashville. Not only in the physical sense, but creative as well. Sheryl was kind enough to invite us to her sprawling farm near downtown Nashville, where antiques and collectibles are as abundant as guitars and Grammy Awards. Anybody who doesn't know why you moved to Tennessee just has to step foot on this property to realize this is meant for you.
They could do a Hoarders at my barn. No, I am going to get Mike Wolf over here just to see the amount of crazy crap I've collected.
Is this a lifetime of collecting?
It is. You know, that's what happens when you travel on a bus with a truck, and the truck is full of gear, and then you find out you could actually put in a fake ceiling above your gear and just start cramming it with stuff.
So you moved to Tennessee and suddenly you have a place to put it all.
I know. That's the only reason that I built the barn. I mean, the horses need a place to stay, but it was really to have a place to put my stuff.
Nashville, Sheryl Crow!
What did this move to Tennessee do for your soul?
I got diagnosed with cancer almost 8 years ago, and I started really looking at my life and realizing that the things that I was missing were the fact that I wasn't tethered to anything. I wasn't involved or really invested in anything. I wasn't connected, you know, and I just yearned to put down roots.
A lot of milestones, a lot of life-changing moments in the past decade for you. I mean, then to be able to put all that into a project like Feels Like Home,
yeah.
it was all meant to be, right?
Well, I'm one of those annoying people that thinks everything's meant to be. So I was out of my record label. My kids, great friends with Brad Paisley's kids, great friends with Kim's wife, great friends with him. He really was the person that said, look, if your records came out now, they would be formatted at country, and it's time for you to make a record here. He kept saying, it's time for you to make a record at the format you belong at. I can say safely that to me the country format has been a sacred format. You know, I've seen people come in and try to capitalize on it, but it is where the songs are. You know, when I first started, you could hear songs at AAA and adult contemporary and even at rock and even at pop, but the formats have changed, and what I loved, you know, the Graham Parsons, the Emmylou, all that music that I loved. I feel like I belong to the format, but I've always said let the country fans decide.
Why was Easy the perfect song to launch with?
I think we all felt like it sounded like Sheryl Crow. It wasn't like a whiplash, you know, it wasn't like, hey, I'm making a country record and hope you like it.
The real big genesis of this project was Waterproof Mascara too, wasn't it?
Yes. I mean, talk about stepping on the tennis court with like Federer or John McEnroe, you know, as a novice. I stepped into the studio, the first song to be written for this record with Brad Paisley and Chris Dubois. We talked about, can I write about songs that are suitable for my life and for women? And I was like, I want to write songs about being a single mom, about being a working mom, about what it's like to be in the world now. And so he had this idea for Waterproof Mascara, and it was the first song we wrote for the record. And it is by far, for me, the most important song on the record. And
it set the theme, right?
It set the theme, and it's been really interesting because I've seen as many men get choked up by that song as women, and mainly it's because they'll say I was raised by a single woman, you know. That's what country music to me is about. It's about putting it in the everyman terms, you know, the terms that we all that are like right at the heart level.
If it makes you
I'm one of those people that can say I've done this job for 25 years and I'm still learning and still excited about it, and more so than ever I'm enjoying what I'm learning, and I still feel like my best work is ahead of me, and what a luxury, you know.
Just like Keith, Sheryl's new album, Feels Like Home, is also available this week. Ironically, some of the songs on the album have been defined as too country for country radio, while others will no doubt fit right in. We'll be right back. Still to come, thanks to his hit Wake Up Loving You, country fans are finally embracing the true vocal talents of Craig Morgan. finally today, Mr. Craig Morgan. Believe it or not, this guy can really sing. If you hadn't figured that out from his hits like That's What I Love About Sundays, A Little Bit of Life, Redneck Yacht Club, and Bonfire, just crank up his latest single, Wake Up Loving You. Probably the most powerful vocal performance of his career. And like Keith Urban, the new single opens the door on a brand new chapter in his life.
That's what I love about Sunday. Redneck Yacht Club, but this old boy, yeah, I remember.
Craig Morgan has released a little bit of something for everyone with his latest album, The Journey, Livin' Hits, including some of his most recent hit songs, the classic Morgan hit tunes we all know and love, some brand new music, and a little bit of facial hair.
Why would you not put your picture on the front? You want people to know who you are, right? Here's why. Because I have a beard and I might shave. And so in 6 months, I still want people buying the record.
Craig's new collection truly is a journey into the past, present, and future of Craig Morgan's career.
It's really, really difficult to find music that allows you to grow while at the same time appeasing the listeners that come to expect certain things from you. I made a big living off of Redneck Yacht Club, International Harvester, I Got You, Little Bit of Life, Love Remembers. I needed to find music that had flavors of that while at the same time was fresh and new. And I feel like that's what this new material has done.
With his brand new single, Wake Up Loving You, showing off his powerful vocals, Morgan's criteria for the new music was very specific.
We had an outline of what we expected these songs to do before we started looking and listening. And Wake Up Loving You was one of those songs. And when I first heard it, I went, holy cow. So it met all the criteria of the stuff that we wanted to put on this record as far as new material. One thing I knew, I wanted to include songs on this project that were not on my previous greatest hits record that were hits. There was 4 or 5 songs that were not on the previous greatest hits, but there was a couple of early hits that were on that greatest hits that I felt had to be on here because they were the beginning. They were the first part of the journey.
Craig's fans were asked to play a huge part in putting together not only the cover art of the new record, but picking out the new songs as well.
Performing in the show, I literally would ask people, hey, I'm thinking about recording this. Let me know what you think. And they would tweet me, Facebook me, and tell me. And social media has changed the way we do business. Everything is right now. So we want the fans to be a part of it because they are. They're just as big a part of my career. They're a bigger part of my career than this record label. And I love this record label. But if this record label goes away, I've still got fans and they still support me. So they're a big part of my career.
Part of Craig's new outlook on his life and career? Well, if it's not fun or meaningful, don't do it. Otherwise, it's all fair game. I knew I liked that guy. Well, that's it for this week. Until next time, keep up with everything going on in country at headlinecountry.net, GACTV.com, and of course on Twitter and Facebook as well. Take care, everybody.